Nintendo Switch at this year's E3.
This is the best possible news you could ever release.
Seriously.
Traveling like fighting games on the go
That's
with just
right.
a Switch, no laptop setup, no looking around through luggage and having like TSA look at you and like you want a 1v1, that's 3
that's right.
Now you can just bring your Switch and play fighting games.
You know, it's gonna be really fun if you guys ever have adapters though for arcade sticks on the Switch, and you see this tiny little Switch and then this giant arcade stick.
There's a
out.
Rory stick you can get.
Really?
Yeah, for the Switch.
For the Switch?
Yeah, it's...
Well, now I gotta get that Rory stick. Or Rory stick, I should say. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, we're looking at the classic characters here. However, there has been some DLC announcements for new characters, such as Brawly and Bardock. Correct?
We got Barley and Bardock, and we also have Zamasu and Vegito. We just released those.
Yep, just released those.
And we still got 4 more to go.
Yeah.
So,
What?
yes.
Okay.
That's right.
So, from that knowledge, because I remember hearing that the movies aren't canon, but you guys are now adding movie characters into this, such as Bardock. So are we going to see Tapion? He's my favorite character. No one else likes him. He's my favorite character.
You know, we haven't announced all the characters. More information to come, so look forward to
That
it.
means yes. Okay,
Thank
cool,
you.
we'll take it. How does the game run? Are we looking at the same specs as the other consoles?
Yeah, so the game runs beautifully, 60 frames per second. We really want to keep that same feel from PS4 and X1, and you know, it's just like the anime brought to life. I mean, as you can see, I mean, it's really smooth. All the effects are in there. You know, Arc System Works has just done a beautiful job in just bringing this, the game to the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, especially what they've taken from Guilty Gear, Phenomenal Fighter, and then putting the Arc system into this, as well as having, you know, the assist, 3 characters and everything. This is such a phenomenal game. But the best part about it is definitely when you get the cuts of them using moves from the manga or the anime, and it is a perfect one-for-one reflection.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, they've just taken a lot of inspiration from the manga and really just incorporated that painstakingly into the game. So there's a lot of people who online just literally take pages from the manga and they compare it to the game. It's like 1 for 1.
Dude, the trunk sword slash that he does when he's fighting Metal Frieza is even better in the game than it is in the anime. It's so
It feels like every tournament when something happens, it feels like you're watching the anime all over again. Like,
right.
whenever I hear Brawly laugh when he's like, ah, with his razor cannon, I'm like,
Especially the supers, like Gohan's one-handed Kamehameha and go.
brings a tear to your eye, saying, oh, make Gohan great again.
So can you guys tell us what supers we're going to be seeing for Vegito or Bardock and Brawly, or have they already been seen? I haven't seen them.
They've already seen them. We actually,
okay.
I think the biggest drop for those DLC characters is the dramatic finishes where they go, like they're basically homages to the show.
Yeah.
So you'll see, you'll have Bardock and Frieza fight each other, and then at the very end, you know, Frieza just destroys
Yeah.
it. You'll have
And
stuff like
Bardock
that through the
fades into
cutscene.
the
Yeah. It's totally amazing.
Now, as we usually allude to, this is very important to the fighting game community. So if there is competition going on the Switch and there are patch notes for things that need to be fixed, like, I don't know, Vegeta Assist, when that happens, is it going to be universal across all consoles at the exact same time?
Yeah, so I mean that's the goal, right? Is to make sure that any kind of fixes or updates, patches, nerfs, things like that, that they would go across all the different platforms, right? So we don't want different versions on different systems at a time. So as close as we can get, kind of all the updates, we'll do them all together.
That's best news.
Yeah.
Man, so bringing it to the Switch, is it just to a new console, new hands, or is there new content being added as well?
You know, there's we didn't really announce a whole lot of new information from a content standpoint. There's actually some things that were added specifically to Nintendo Switch. Something called the simple Joy-Con controls, so that you know, for younger players, when there's so many buttons and combinations, we've actually made it a lot easier. Like some of the ultimates is like one-tap buttons, things like that, instead of like multiple button configurations and presses. So that's something that we just announced. There's going to be additional Nintendo Switch specifics that we'll be announcing at a later date.
Well, you're making it really accommodating to everyone. Also having the auto moves, the auto combo set, with that, it can definitely help the lower level players. But you also have it set so that the high level players in the FGC can defeat those other people with ease.
Correct.
I think the biggest draw there for the FGC community is like being able to practice before they get to the matches. They're traveling a lot,
Right.
so on the
Yeah.
plane,
Right.
boom, I can get my matches in. You know,
Dimitri, would you consider yourself to be a high-level player?
high-level player. Ooh, no, I wouldn't, because I don't want my butt kicked by the FGC players. I say I'm a high-level player, and then like they come and see me at the
He just
E3
said he'll
booth.
beat all of you.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, how do you feel about the Joy-Con controls yourself?
I like the Droidcon Controls a lot. I prefer it to play portably, so it's a little tricky and not having a switch in between my hands here, but I can make it work.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Does it work? The Nintendo Switch just announced the GameCube controller. I know that's going to be for Smash, but would you be able to use that on this?
That is a good question.
That is a good
We
question.
haven't tried it. We haven't tried it. It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know many people. I know obviously the Smash community loves the GameCube controllers. I don't know if the fighting game community really prefers them in general. But it would be cool to see if it could work. But now that I know that a Hori stick works for the Switch, I know what I'm gonna have to get. I already own 3 sticks, so I can't really justify owning a 4th, but I'm
Sure
going
you
to.
can. If we have 4 friends. Or 3
True
friends.
enough.
Yeah.
1 for each friend.
Yeah.
No passing it along.
No.
Easy.
Yeah, I like it.
This is why we do the fighting game stuff. Speaking of that, there's a Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour. Are there any plans to incorporate the Switch version in that, or is that like a shut up?
You know,
Adrian thing?
we haven't really. We recently just announced the tour. A lot more information to come. So it's very soon. So that's
like the
what I can
filtering.
say.
Well, can you, in case the audience hasn't heard, do you mind telling us a little bit about the tournament of what you can?
Yeah, so the World Tours, we just announced it. So the first official location will be at CEO. That's happening.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to CEO.
Oh, awesome.
With CEO?
Great. Well, yes.
I've been going
I
there
guess
every year
I'm
since
going.
That's right.
2012.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Kelly, we can confirm top 8 in CEO,
Yes,
right?
top 8.
You've been
Nice job,
practicing, right?
Kelly.
You got it.
Community effort Orlando. I guess I have to go now too.
There you go.
I'm so excited.
I'll see you in the bottom 8 then.
It's going to be great. I don't want to give any spoils away because I know a few special events that Jamil has planned there, and I don't know if it's private or not. So I won't say anything. But if you can go to CEO, it's in Daytona. Check it out.
That's
it's going to
right.
be great.
Right. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, so it's the first location there. Is it going to be
Oh,
kind
what
of
are we
similar
doing?
to the Evo seating, where each tournament gives you seating points?
You know, all of that will be
Right.
revealed. We didn't talk about the details specifically, but probably in the next few weeks.
For those who are
more news.
currently here at E3, is there a playable version of this that they can go in the store and
Yes,
play?
yeah. So you can come to the Bandai Namco booth in the West Hall, South Hall.
I'll believe whatever you say.
Yep, South Hall, and then also in the Nintendo booth, you can also play Dragon Ball FighterZ there as well.
Fantastic.
Find a break for that.
So we obviously have the game for the Switch here, but I do want to talk about the future of Dragon Ball FighterZ and your plans to continue releasing new content or maybe patching in. Obviously, balancing is very important.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, the game's always being worked on, and then we always see comments from the players, different things that could be improved upon, how we can tweak certain characters. We don't want. It's a lot of competitive balance. It's always about that in terms of fighting games. There's going to be 4 more characters that are going to be coming out in terms of future DLC for the Fighters Pass. And then, that's kind of what we have right now. But we want to kind of continue and grow the Dragon Ball FighterZ brand through the next few years.
If there was anyone you could personally add from Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super, not GT, doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
What would
What?
you? Who would
It's
you
trash.
put into?
Come on,
You
man.
want to put Kid Goku into the? No, sorry. What would you put into the game?
I mean, most of the major characters that I'm into are already in the game. I think it's really great that certain characters like Android 21 were like created specifically
Yeah.
for
Really cool.
fighters, which I thought that was really cool. But most of my favorite characters are already in there. So, Dimitri, are there specific characters that you would want to see in there? You know, we
I got
get
one.
all kinds of lists every single
King
day.
Kai, and he uses Bubbles and Gregory.
okay.
Because Bubbles hits people with a hammer, you can have that as like an assist. Just like how Captain Ginyu has all of the Ginyu Force as his assists. You could do it with Gregory and Bubbles with King Kai. Also, that's the only way that I will listen to the game in English, because King Kai's voice in English is the best.
It
JP
sounds like
voice.
you've been writing some fanfic there. You have it all set up. You have it all planned out.
I've been reading it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good
You're not
stuff.
supposed to go.
Really
Well, speaking of, add Dipso. It's not like I wish they would. I'm just saying directly, add Dipso. That means yes, you can tell the body language. It's not like, I'm not sure, man, it's in the future.
You
He's
know
like,
what? If enough people ask for it, it's always a thing, right? I mean,
There you go, community.
it's in my fanfic.
Yep.
It's in your fanfic. We trade fanfics every. Yeah, I know. It's guys. Thank you so much for showing us the